Yes, please.
Good morning, my name is Rory from Business Bureau. My question is, I have two questions. I hope I get a quick answer on that. How would sardines compare from a nutritional standpoint to other supposedly superfoods like kale or quinoa or even salmon?
They didn't, I don't have all the data. Kale is one of the highest anti-values in the world, is kale. Now, what we typically do is when you compare foods, you don't directly compare a vegetable to a seafood, typically. You're comparing them in the category. Within the categories of protein and meat, it is quite unbeatable to eat the sardine, but there are vegetables that have a higher anti-value. Broccoli has a higher anti-value, kale has a higher anti-value. But the issue that you have with kale is there's no protein and no healthy fat. It's basically a complex carbohydrate construction. So that's why I explained at the beginning, we look at two things. Number one is macronutrients, protein, fat, carbohydrate content. Mega sardines is uneatable. Then you look at anti-value, which is the nutrient density. Now, if you take in isolation a sardine versus kale, on the anti is lower, but on the macro it's much better, it's much more healthier. So, this is like anything in life. There's this element, you have to kind of put it all together. When you put it all together, this is a superfood. This is absolutely a superfood. But there can be an individual element where you say, well, the tomato is better, or the broccoli is better than the kale. On a specific thing, when you put it all together, I could not call kale a superfood, and I'll tell you why. It has no effective protein and no effective healthy fat. And that's important.
For the brand, just one last quick question. For the brand, how does it mean to you to be recognized as a superfood, and how does this align with your plans in developing the product for
For the brand, this is an honor to be recognized as a superfood. In terms of the growth and innovations, we will continue on this path, discovering more benefits of the sardine, and also definitely all our job here as media is a very powerful tool. We can shape people's perception, and hopefully moving forward together, and we will definitely champion it along with all your help, is to start communicating and calling out that we do have a crisis, a health crisis. And how exactly do we get to a better Philippines? And better Philippines needs to be also healthier Filipinos. Otherwise, we will be putting a lot of our resources on our health issues, which doesn't help in terms of growth. So what it is actually a result on the brand's purpose, on what we do every day, and it is in our mission. We want to bring pride to the Filipinos by providing a world-class brand that uplifts people's lives, and providing a superfood uplifts people's lives. And from a brand team is our commitment to make sure that more than just communicating nice ad material is to emphasize on the need for healthier habits, as what Jim said. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question, please. Sir, yes, sir. It's your turn, finally.
Morning. My name is Mel from Base Doctor. So I just googled the term right now. I just found out there was called accepting technology. Is this the technology you're using? Calendar, your goods, accepting technology. We just accepting technology. I'm not so sure about this technology is very common in Thailand. So if this is so, in which you can the surveys without using additives or surveys. I hope this becomes more common in the Philippines because most of our products have additives. We bear with that. So anyway, aside from that, my question is, you mentioned about mercury or another person asked about the salt content, the sodium content. What can you also say about the urine content of sardines and the fact that you can this into a metal can? So will the metal reach into the sardines? So what do you think? What do you think about the two issues, urine and the canning itself?
Our chairman will answer this.
Okay, this is a kind of a technical issue. Well, in the first pass aseptic, it's a process is aseptic. The reason why doing the aseptic is you are cooking it in such a temperature over a certain time for it to be shelf stable. But it has to be container wherein there's no leakage. Okay? The reason why it's in Zamboanga is because that's the shortest distance to the fishing grounds. Rather than bringing the fish back from Zamboanga to Manila, it takes about 72 hours. In Zamboanga, it's about 8 hours. And another 4 hours is being processed. So that's for the first questions. Wherein aseptic and it's in Zamboanga. So with the knowledge of preserving the fish for 12 hours, so that makes us different in terms of quality because it starts from the fishing side, not just on the accepting side on the canning plant. Okay, the second question. What is the second question?
The content, sodium, purine, and mercury.
Urine, well,
And so you add the tin can element.
the tin can, okay. As you can see in our can right now, it's lithogram cans and it's white lacquer inside. The white lacquer is the one protecting the meat, contacting the tin. Tin is not good, but that's good for preserving the metal. The point is, when you are welding it and there's tin content, so that preserves the can, and the only way that it cannot be in contact with the food is because of the white lacquer. It prevents direct contaminations. So that's the reason why we are the only one that has the white lacquer inside. Try to see when you open the can and you can see white. The others are clear. So we would like to make a difference, that's why it's white. And white usually is for meat product. And we are giving those for meat product to be put in our can para sariwan-sariwa at maganda tingnan. Okay? So that's why it has to be in can and it has to be sealed para to get a 3 years shelf life. So it has to be, kailangan talaga you could have a aseptic bag also using, pero there's another process. Okay, I hope that answers being technical and gamitin natin habang nandito because they have the marketing.
Experts.
Yeah, and ako'y hanggang technical lang lang. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, sir. I think that's a good way. Oh, you still have one question? Kaya pa ba, Ian? Okay. One last question. Thank you, Chairman.
Hello, I'm Lani from Monaco, Philippines, and my question is, when the sardines automated and efficient fishing process, how does the company ensure sustainable fishing practices and what opportunities or support systems are in place for local fishermen whose roles may be impacted by automation?
So we abide fully by the closed fishing season that happens November to March. That's 3 months, so we allow the fish to reproduce. So over the 50 years that we've been fishing, we need to really think about sustainability. We do not want to overfish. We will have to think about the future. And not only that, we make sure the nets are of size so that the juvenile fish can get through, so that it promotes more and more fish in the sea. And I believe we also have a lot of Save the Seas program. Our boats, we have over 100 fishing vessels. A lot of them are equipped with garbage collecting devices wherein we are able to collect garbage. There's a lot of garbage in the sea now. And hopefully take care of the seas as they have taken care of this company as well. So we take sustainability very seriously. We have solar panels across all our plants, even our homes. We have a lot of initiatives to make sure the future is bright for the next generations.
Thank you so much. All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's give our panelists a round of applause. Thank you so much. We've officially wrapped up today's